I'm back, feeling good. Before I get to the funny shit, you know what I mean? Shout out to y'all for holding it down while I was gone.
No problem.
2 great episodes. Shout out to Double A, Diop, Murdoch. What was her name again? Bentu, excuse me. Thank y'all for coming on. Sorry, I couldn't be there. I would have loved to jump in that conversation, but y'all held it down. So shout out to y'all. As for me, I had a great time. Can't say I'm happy to be back because I definitely wanted to stay longer. Nothing like being, where you came from, being there and whatnot. Definitely learned a lot. I would definitely recommend anybody that, their roots come from Africa to definitely visit. Because it's definitely a different feeling, being around your own people and just how, different society is. People there aren't worried about all the little stuff that we worry about, which was very refreshing. And it's definitely something that I brought back. So, but there are other reasons that I'm happy to be back. Obviously, see y'all, get back on the pod, get back to work, all that good stuff. So, happy to be here. But yeah, shout out to y'all first and foremost. So, but let's get to the shits. Y'all ready?
Let's please.
All right. So I come back and Ebro tweeting. Ebro said, and I quote, Eminem treats rap how black folks have had to treat life. Be 5 times better, work 5 times harder than everyone, and still not necessarily get respect.
And then, Britt, what else did he say? Do you got that?
Yeah, he also made a tweet
saying... follow-up, right?
Yeah, follow-up. Mm-hmm. Eminem's success comes from him being white. He's even said it. Lack of respect also comes from him being white. The disdain for him comes from him being successful at something black people own. His love for the culture is why he works so hard to be great and get respect.
I feel like that's a backpedal from what you...
It might be.
It's a backpedal.
It might be. I don't think I saw that tweet beforehand, so that does sound like a little bit of a Revis there.
Looks like your tweet, the one that you initially read, was posted at 11:05 a.m. And then this one was at 11:51 a.m. So he thought about it for about 50 minutes.
Yeah, he backpedaled.
Yeah. Okay. So what do y'all think about that? At least the first tweet. Let's just start with there because that's where, probably the closest to what he was thinking is in that tweet before he.
There is. I think there is truth in it for white rappers. I'm of the mind that I don't believe that that's the case for Eminem in mainstream rap. Because when you think about it in mainstream, like music, white people are the ones that's controlling the music. They're not controlling the music because they're not making it, but they're pushing the buttons.
Biggest piece of the pie.
Right. So, and then if you look at a concert, it's majority white people. Mm-hmm. So they're buying the tickets to his shows, and then he got the white execs pushing the buttons.
Right.
So, and we've seen it, white hip-hop artists normally just go crazy when they drop, from Vanilla Ice to Beastie Boys to, Macklemore, unfortunately. And the list goes on and on. And so it's partially true, but the other part is, since he came up in battle rap, I feel like that's a genre or a subgenre of rap that doesn't really see color. All they worry about is really, for real, is bars. If you can bar me and you can, win a battle and win a bunch of battles especially, then you got respect. And that's where he came from. And so I think it's partially true. The analogy he made, though, with the 5 times work, I've always heard that when I was little. You got to work 5 times harder than everybody else because you're black. I thought it was interesting. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, I think the analogy was interesting, but I think you lose me when you try to compare something like that to the black struggle. Like, no, we're not going to do that. So he lost me with that comparison just because he compared it. It didn't need to be compared. Also, I think the latter part, and still not necessarily get respect from who? Like, he's definitely respected. So are you saying get respect from black people? Like, if that's the case, then okay, maybe. But I don't even see that. Like, he's definitely, like the thing we was watching
Yeah, when Matt Hoffa's YouTube page.
Yeah,
Matt Hoffa's
like,
a battle rapper, a former battle.
Everybody in that room was like, Eminem is top 5, like without any doubt. So I think he definitely gets the respect. Maybe he could have said acceptance. That would have been a better word in my personal opinion. Especially like I'm pretty sure he wasn't as maybe potentially like as accepted initially going into it.
And this is also the timing of the tweet was when he dropped his joint, Music to Be Murdered By. That just came out not too long ago. So that tweet was, I think the series of these tweets and that topic of conversation comes after he drops an album, and it probably wasn't received well by the black listeners because it's Eminem in 2020. So that's how I feel.
Yeah, but I don't agree with that argument because I think he is still respected by black rappers and artists in 2020. I think maybe he's just not as good anymore.
Well, if you look at who's controlling the industry right now, it's the young kids, right? And they don't want to hear nothing that got any lyrical miracle in it at all. So, you know what I'm saying?
So, I watched the you know how the Hot 97 they have their little 10-minute clips or whatever. And Ebro was on there and they were talking about this. And when he says respect, he was talking about just the average rap consumer, a black consumer, I should say. So you guys don't think there's not a shade of truth in this statement? Because I could make the argument that, and I'm not saying I necessarily believe this, but this is for conversation's sake. I could make the argument that this tweet is kind of true because, like you said, G, he did all the battle rapping at the beginning. He's showed his rap ability time and time again. I remember that one time it was like there was that story where like he has his boy call him every morning with a random word, and then he has to rhyme that word in raps for like
that shit don't
and he
impress
does that
me,
for
bro.
like 5 minutes or whatever.
That don't impress me, bro.
But
I don't know why that doesn't impress me.
No, I understand, and that's subjective, right?
Yeah.
But it adds to the lore.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just one of those stories. But he's done all that, and then he's had platinum albums, whatever the case may be. But now we still say Eminem is not good, or Eminem is I don't really like Eminem, or he's not in my top, whatever. Even though he's done all that.
But I
Is
think
that
it's
not
the bias. The bias that he's mentioning it has to do with his color. I don't think he can rap.
I think he can rap. I think it's blasphemous to say that he can't rap.
I think he can put words together. Yeah,
I think he can. That's rapping.
I mean, Young Nudy can rap.
He can't rap on the level of Eminem.
I'm saying there's still a lot of people that do respect him, so I don't think that he's totally not respected. Like I just don't believe that. Like
when you get into,
maybe by us or the younger generation, they don't respect no old head.
When
they
you
don't
get into
respect
that
Jay-Z.
lyrical miracle spiritually in your swimming pool bullshit, I don't want to hear that.
I understand. We talk about this all the time, but black people that are outside of battle rap do not have the respect for Eminem that he should be getting with all his accolades and his ability and whatnot. I think that's fair to say. But the tweet is Eminem treats rap
from
how black folks have had to treat life.
That will be up to Eminem.
He's dropped 3 albums in the past year.
And they all
because
been bad.
He wants that respect.
They all been bad.
Yeah, and that's fair. But I think that he doesn't have a problem working hard for that respect. That's always been his thing.
I don't think he's working hard.
But even like the movie, like think about it, 8 Mile, like that was about respect.
That movie was really fucking good. And it was all about respect.
Exactly.
I don't think he's working hard or going out of his way to work hard. I think he honestly generally just loves rap music. And I think he generally just loves the culture enough to just continue to put music. I don't think he's overexerting himself with respect because I don't think he feels like he doesn't get it. I'm sorry. If I was to ask Eminem,
3 albums?
I don't think he would say
Eric
no.
Bellinger dropped 3 albums. Some people just like, and Chris Brown, his album was equivalent to 3 albums. So it's like, I think some people just like dropping a lot of like music. Maybe he want to be more like, because he dropped 3 times this year, but when was the last time he dropped before this year?
He dropped in not this year, in 2019. So we're 2020 right now, but he dropped 3 times, but he dropped in 18 as well, I believe.
Eminem,
right? Or no?
I thought he dropped 2 albums last year because that Kamikaze came pretty quickly after that one with
Machine
the
Gun Kelly and
American flag on it. And then he dropped. So it's like within like from the first album he dropped last year to now, it's like 6 months.
Okay. But I'm like, I feel like he was
Revival.
quiet for
No,
a very long
Kamikaze came out in
time.
2019.
Yeah.
Revival came out in. No, excuse me. I'm sorry. Revival came out in 2017. Kamikaze came out in 2018.
Wait, really?
Yes. Music to Be Murdered By came out in 2020. So he didn't drop anything in 2019 at all.
Except Kamikaze.
Kamikaze came out in 18.
What came out in 2020?
Wait, really?
He dropped something in 2020?
Music to Be Murdered By. That's what I was saying.
In the last 27 days?
That's what I was saying. Ebro's tweets came out after he dropped the joints.
I didn't even know he dropped.
So he didn't drop anything in 2019.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, Kamikaze came out in 18.
Revival. Okay. Wow, Kamikaze too. Okay, that must have been the end of the year. Oh my, August. Okay. Well,
I don't know. I mean, when I say Eminem can't rap, it's just sometimes that when he gets to get going, there's little flurries of words that rhyme. They don't make any sense, and I don't know where you're going. And so it's not really something that I'm jiggy with. Or like when you say, oh, his buddy calls him and he gives him a word and he raps about that for 5 minutes. That doesn't impress me.
That's talent, though.
Or when people be like, oh, I can rap my ABCs. That shit don't impress me. I hate that shit.
No, I understand that. I understand that.
It's like gimmicky, like, oh, okay.
But that takes skill. This is off top.
Okay.
It takes skill, man. I just think that, I think it's blasphemous to say he can't rap. Now, I'm not an Eminem fan, so I get what you're saying on the other stuff.
But that's just like the one dude, the white dude that be on like Twitter and Instagram that be making the little videos. I know you know what I'm talking about. We've talked about that.
Yeah, that white dude. Yeah. I know that is.
Y'all know what I'm talking about?
Which one? The old dude?
No, the young dude that be like doing the little dances with his shirt off in the joint. He be like, "Oh yeah, we all can be friends." You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm talking about. I don't know his name.
Okay.
I don't know his name.
Okay.
But I mean, he's rapping. He's putting words together too.
He doesn't have the background that Eminem has.
Now Eminem he made some great songs, like the Stand song. I even like the song I'm Slim Shady and I'm Real Shady.
Yeah.
He
Everybody
had
like
some
that
songs.
song. Wait, so does this argument that he's making, does this only apply to Eminem? Does it only apply to Mac Miller or
I don't think it's
others?
the same. I don't think it's the same. I would only with this exact tweet, I would only fight for Eminem.
Is Eminem even working that, like you said? Because that was my initial thought too. I don't even think he's working that hard. Like, is he really working that hard? Why do we think he's working that hard?
I don't want to say that like when he puts music out, he ain't working hard. But I'm saying like
no,
he's
but
not
like I don't think he's
flooding
like
the market.
He's not working 5 times harder than anybody because I'm pretty sure this came easy to him. Like this was a gift that he already had. Of course, he perfected it over time.
Right.
But he didn't work he didn't work 5 times hard. No, he didn't.
For respect,
That's a good.
I think he did. I'm talking about his whole career.
Oh well, then we talking about respect. Then sure, yeah. Why not?
I mean, you would think a white rapper has to work for more respect from the black community. Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And I think it's blasphemous to say he can't rap.
Yeah.
That being said, I'm not an Eminem fan at all. So
I feel like, and then to play devil's advocate, I feel like that statement would be really true back then when he first came out in his era. But now, no. I don't think any white artist has
not in
to
2020.
work
No.
as hard. It's whatever. The gate is
he's
open.
set. Yeah, at this point, there's no point in him doing that unless he just, I don't know. He has been getting disrespected lately. He's been saying stuff, but I don't know. Anyway, that's all I got on it.
I mean, I don't know.
I understand, man.
Respect. I mean, I guess so. Yeah, sure. Why not? I guess.
Just respect. Just the word respect. I think that's what he wants the most at this point.
Bro, you have like a top 10 highest grossing selling album of all the time.
But he's also admitted if he wasn't white, he wouldn't be in that position.
Yeah.
So maybe that's like a chip on his shoulder. I don't know.
But you did it.
He did it, but think about it. Most of his fans are white.
Okay, but
I remember when they used to go crazy over Eminem. I'd
well,
be like,
yeah.
what?
When he did his performance at the VMAs, when he was up doing the "I'm the Real Slim Shady" and all the white kids were dressed up as him, like that was a moment.
Yeah.
In like hip hop history, I feel like that was a moment.
I messed with blonde Eminem. That he was going in there. But.
So I mean, I just don't. I don't think he has to work hard for it. I think he has the respect. He's already earned it. He earned it before he dropped 8 Mile. Because if he didn't, he wouldn't have been able to drop 8 Mile. We wouldn't even have cared about his story.
Right, but 8 Mile is based off a true story. So
right, that's what I'm saying.
He had to earn that. He had to work harder for that respect. We saw it in the movie.
But that's what I'm saying. You wouldn't have got the. You've had the respect. That's why you dropped 8 Mile to tell your story.
Right,
and that was when we were what? That was 2004.
I don't even.
I mean, if y'all going on 2020, I'm with y'all. Like. That's tough. That's tough to argue that because he's already here.
And that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So I don't know where that tweet comes from in 2020.
I don't know. I'll be seeing some of his actions though, like just how he responds to people and stuff like that now, and it feels like that he's still hungry for that respect though.
But who's he trying to get it from? Because there's the new generation. His new generation. They don't care. He's not going to get it. He might as well stop.
Well, his peers. I think it's he only gets agitated when it's somebody that is in his age group.
I mean, Machine Gun Kelly came for him.
Yeah, he's a little younger, but Joe Budden, like that's somebody that is in his age bracket, was in Slaughterhouse, signed to him and whatnot. And when he came out and said all that, that rubbed him the wrong way.
But that's also somebody that could fucking rap just as well as him, if not better.
Right. So I think he wants respect from those people.
I mean, if you want respect from your peers, bro, I don't think that's something you got to take up with them.
Obviously, that's what he's doing. All right, anyway, let's get off this.
It ain't got nothing to do with me.
I don't know what to say at that point. Like,
okay.
I mean, I don't know. To sum this all up, I just don't understand why somebody can say he's not respected. He has one of the highest grossing albums ever, 2 or 3 of them. I mean, he wouldn't. He's a household name.
Like in the battle rap community, at least they
revere him.
Man.
God. And I mean, he's a household name. He had the money. He had a record label. He still has the record label. I mean, I don't understand what else. He has a respect for maybe, but rap is such a competitive sport that motherfuckers ain't just gonna give you nothing, and they definitely not gonna give a fuck about your album sales. Yep. So that's something that all the artists still gonna continuously fight for. So
yeah,
that's just
That's all I got on that. So before we finish up the intro, I guess we'll just touch on this. R.I.P. Kobe Bryant. Found out the news yesterday. Very tough to hear. As most people know, I am a Laker fan. Kobe was my favorite player. Definitely one of the role models. Just somebody I look up to when it comes to just mentality and, that give it 110% kind of thing in everything you do and never leave anything on the table. So I'm just going to keep it short and sweet because I'm not really trying to think about all that again. So
shit's still fresh.
Yeah, very fresh, very fresh. Yeah. So that's all I'll say on that. Did you guys want to add anything before we move on here?
No, I don't want to dive too deep into that and get me going.
We're a music podcast.
For sure. Just as always, just continue to be respectful and for his family, and pray for
all families too, for sure.
Yeah. That's all I got.
Cherish your time. Cherish your time here.
Nah, screw your family, because that's not what this is.
We know Michael Jackson could definitely came hard on that.
Wale raps better than Nipsey. Are we questioning that? Standout tracks, there are none. I mean, we can give him a couple flowers, but I don't see what he's doing. Like, tell me,
give him a couple flowers.
Tell me what he's doing. Like, I really.
If you wrong, you wrong. I don't care if you black.
Hey, Brytnie, we stand with the black girl.
Well, I stand with the black girl.
100%. But if you're wrong, sis. Love you.
Welcome to $3-4 Podcast, episode 212. We got the whole crew back.
Yeah.
Feels good, man. Feels good. This is our top 25 episode for our listeners that have been, part 1.
Top 20.
Top 20 episode. I'm a little rusty. Yeah, shake it off, man. But for those of you that have been listening to the podcast, you know that every year we do a list of the top albums. Last year was top 25. We did decide to shave it down to top 20 this year. So this is the part one. In this episode, we will be going through each of our individual lists. And obviously, you know how we do. We're going to go through them. We're going to explain what we were thinking behind our lists. And then, of course, we're going to nitpick and throw some jokes around and, do what we usually do. So let me get the intros off. To my right, Raval Lavar. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Doing well.
Awesome. To my left, Brytnie Devon. How goes it?
Better. Doing
Better. Good. Glad to hear it.
Are you good? You good? Like you got some dental work?
Yeah, it's wearing off.
All right.
My numbness.
Okay, yeah. So she's had some dental work, a little numb. So, but she's powering through. So,
Mamba mentality.
Mamba mentality. And of course, I am your host, Gobe. So, let's get right into it. We are going to start with my list, of course.
Of course.
Best for first, I guess.
Best for first.
Let's switch it around, man.
Okay.
But I'll kind of explain the thinking behind my list first and foremost, then we'll kind of
Please do.
give the rundown. Hold on. All right. So with my list, for me, it was very subjective. So I just basically, my thinking is, just the album that I thought was the best. And this takes into account, that art as a whole, replay value, all that. And that's kind of how I looked at it. So objective, it's a little...
Your list that's the criteria for just the first one or the whole list?
What do you mean?
Replay value, music, like sound. Mm-hmm. That's your criteria that you
rated
list. The entire list. Okay,
yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
For the entire list. So I guess should I just read them off or
No
need to read them off. So
everybody's
if you want to check out the list, you can check the Twitter page. You can check the IG highlights as well. All of our lists are in there. If you want to have them in front of you while you're listening to this podcast, we're not going to go through each of them, obviously, because you probably won't remember. But I will. I'll give the top three though.
Yeah, that's fine.
So the number one album I have is "The Lost Boy" by YBN Cordae.
Good album.
My thinking behind that is I just thought that was the most complete album that dropped last year, and I've been playing it. Even still now I play it. So kind of a no brainer for me. Number two, "Everything for Sale" by Boogie. Dropped in January. So yeah, it was. For it to, resonate for this long, had to be in the top three for me. And three, "Is He Real" by IDK.
That's a slept on album.
Slept on album, and it is phenomenal. Down to the production. It was one of those albums where they didn't list the features. You just had to listen to it. Artists like Pusha T and others were on it. So Burna Boy, things like that. Fantastic album, well done. Didn't see it coming, so I got a lot of respect for that album as well. So, you guys have any questions or?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I mean,
go ahead.
Outside of your top three, I think your top three are pretty solid.
Okay.
I don't think YBN's album was more complete than Boogie's, but that's just pulling hairs.
Okay.
So Igor has dropped tremendously.
Yeah.
Because that was your number one.
It was number one halfway through the year. And it's at 11 right now.
Outside of the top 10.
Yes.
Run that by me.
Man, just a lot of heat dropped, man. That's really all I have. Igor is a great album. I love it. Obviously, he won the Grammy for Best Rap Album, even though I don't think it's a rap album. But, this is just a lot dropped, man. That, like, if you think about it and you go back to the time when we made those lists, it wasn't a lot. We was reaching on some of them.
Yeah.
Obviously, I had it number one, so that's not really a reach, but still, all of the albums that I had before it dropped after that list. So
that was the case on mine as well.
Except for Boogie. But that was an album that just kept getting better with time as well. So, it's just no disrespect to Igor. It's just these other albums blew me away. So I have like the Young Thug album up there before it, Sir, PJ Morton, Maxo Cream, Dreamville, Lucky Day. I mean, I don't think you can argue against any of those albums, being in front. I don't think you can be mad, or if Igor was before them, I don't think you can be mad. So, that's why
Iris should not be on this list at all.
Who?
Iris
by Jaden Smith.
Yeah,
I love that album. It had to make the list. I play it a lot. It's
You
definitely
still play that album?
Yeah. I love that album. I really do. I can understand that, maybe why most people don't like it, but I really like it.
What would that reason be?
What? That you don't like the album?
Yeah.
It's just different.
It's rock and roll.
That's fair. I like rock and roll.
I like rock and roll too.
But I got a lot of respect for Jaden Smith. Then Somebody is a great song. I listen to that all the time.
You had
and then
okay, never mind. Go ahead.
And the Pink, what is it? Not trilogy, but the 4 songs.
Yeah, the intro
as well.
that he do.
Yeah, and I just respect his creativity and like his the angle he comes at when it comes to music. So I thought it was a great album. I've liked almost all his projects. So, but yeah, that's up there for me as well. Number 12.
What was you gonna say, Britt?
I'm just confused on how Pierre Bourne, Life of Pierre 4, and Iris is before Wale.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't
that's
even notice
crazy.
that.
Yep. And once again, I said this is a subjective list.
So you
I
didn't
have respect for that Wale album. Great album. But that Life of Pierre 4, man, I can just play that straight through. I think the production level is phenomenal as well. I'm a big production guy as well. So, that could be it.
Yeah, I mean, he is a producer and he made an album and he made it on your
Right,
top
but
20.
I'm saying production is big for me when I, make this list.
Okay.
The Wale album, I mean, all these albums are good. So it's not like this is way better or anything like that. It's just
17, it should be way higher because it's way better than a lot of albums on here.
That's fair. I have it at 17. So, I just think, I've like Mirrorland before it, Plugs I Met. I mean, The Roddy Rich. I mean, these albums, I just thought were better. At the end of the day, it's just, I don't know. I don't want to hate on Wale, so I'm trying to like.
Yeah, you are tiptoeing around it, ain't you?
I mean, I got a lot of respect for Wale, man. I really do. One of the best lyrical rappers that we have in the game. So
The album was full of blackness too.
I understand. It's on my
full
list.
Full of blackness.
It's on the list.
It's on the list.
I see that. It's apparent.
One album I don't see is not even on your honorable mention is the Free Nationals album.
Yeah.
Didn't like it much?
I liked it. Favorite song is the Chronic song, but just didn't make the cut for me. A lot of good albums. I couldn't take anything off for it at the end of the day, but
okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then you got a mixtape up there too.
Plugs I Met, Benny the Butcher. I count it as EP, man.
So you can make your own rules then, huh?
Fantastic project, man. There's no such thing as mixtapes now.
All right.
So, any other questions? Anything that you just think is blasphemous or anything you agree with, hopefully. Just one.
Probably Chasing Summer, where you have it.
Okay. Yeah, I got Chasing Summer at 5.
I thought I couldn't get through PJ's album.
Yeah, I was gonna say people love that PJ album, and I listened to it. It's one song that I absolutely love, but the rest was for me. Like maybe I didn't listen to it enough. I don't know. It wasn't bad, but it just didn't move me like that.
Yeah.
And the Snow album, a lot of people love that album. I didn't really like this one. I like all her other ones. I didn't really like this one that much.
I liked it. I have it at 19, so back end of the list for sure. I just can't say it's better than those other albums. That's really what this list comes down to. Like, these are all good albums. Even like the Slimier at 20 hurt my soul. Like, but I just had to, I'm going through. Can I really say it's better than the Wale? No. Can I say it's better than Mirrorland? No. So you just got to place it where you can. So, but yeah,
I guess so.
That's all I got, man. Probably the most solid list of this year.
The most solid list this
Probably
year.
the most solid list of this year.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
I am sick.
So next we got Brytnie's list.
I have a shocker on here. I'm just totally floored. So
I bet you are.
Before you even go, you know what? Screw you. I'm not. No, don't even go.
Screw
yet.
you.
Brytnie. It took Brytnie. What
Weeks.
Not even weeks. It took her 2 months to finish this list. Right? And let me give you the backstory. So we pretty much already had ours. It took us maybe a couple weeks, maybe.
Oh no, it took me
half?
like a day.
A day or so
to just put
maybe
it together.
Took me like
yeah.
a week and a half, or maybe.
Oh wait, the whole process?
The whole,
yeah,
yeah.
probably. Yeah, because I went back and listened to. Yeah.
But it took Brytnie 3 months to do hers, right? Like no cap, like it was a long time.
Yeah.
And for the longest time, she said, "I only have 16." Right? And she just rounded out her last 4. I
can tell.
utterly floored at the fact that she has Kanye
Yeah,
West
that's
on this,
the first
joint.
thing that do your top 3 and because that Kanye is the first thing I saw when that list pulled up.
As soon as it came
But
up.
go ahead, give me your top 3. Explain how you put this list together, please, and get all your shit off.
So my top 3, I have Sir at number 1, Sir Chasing Summer. 2 is Dreamville, Revenge of the Dreamers 3. And 3 is Rhapsody Eve. My list is also completely subjective. There's probably about 2 shockers. Probably, that's about it. But completely subjective. I went through
There's
just
2 shockers for sure.
what I enjoyed the most, honestly. What I listened to the most, what had the most replay value for me. And then some of them, or at least 1 or 2 maybe, was heavily influenced by the theme as well as how it sounded and a lot of like different little minor stuff like that. But yeah.
All right, so explain it. You got Kanye West, Jesus is King at 16. You hate Kanye West. You scroll past everything he posts. You don't care about the Yeezys. So why is Kanye on your list?
Actually, it's one pair of Yeezys that I really want.
Oh yeah, which ones?
The Wave Runners.
I mean, that's a great pick if you
Great
ever
shoe.
pick one.
Yeah, the flagship joint. But go ahead. Not
Anyway.
the flagship.
No, you
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Brytnie.
it was a good project. I listened to it. I think on the pod that when I ranked it, I said I wasn't 100% sure or whatever, but I listened to it over again. And I thought it was really, really good. It's a lot of dope songs on the project. And so if I had to go back and also look at the stuff that came out this year, I think that resonated more with me and I enjoyed it more than a lot of the other projects. So yeah.
It was like pulling teeth to get you to even listen to it.
Right.
I understand that, but we're here now.
Yes, we are. Okay. So I got a quick question.
Yeah. What's up?
So you got Big Crit TDT on here. Did you mean Crit was here or Crit is here?
Oh yeah.
You meant Crit is here, not TDT.
Yes.
Okay. You know we got a music podcast, so
Yeah, he dropped they all went
people
together.
listen
count
for
on
us to get these things right.
Well, you called it out. Didn't nobody see.
Okay, so and then we got Tink really high.
Yeah, really high.
I mean,
that was
extreme.
definitely one of the ones that I, it hurt me to not have on the list. But it, same thing. These other albums just
You got
hard to deny.
You got Chance on the joint.
I don't know. Yeah, explain.
That might be the theme joint she
Wait.
spoke of, because it was themed, and he stuck to the theme, and the music was good.
No, when I was talking about theme, I was more so speaking of Rhapsody, just in the.
Oh, it had nothing to do with Chance the Rapper.
No, Chance the Rapper. I've been saying this since we did the first review. That album is not bad at all. It's nothing bad about it.
You have been consistent on that.
It's just happy, and so it's a lot of songs that I personally enjoyed on the project.
What's your favorite
Period.
The one with Meg.
No, I think it's is it Chinese Zanies and Fools or something like that.
Zannies and Fools?
Yeah, that song.
Good Lord.
I like that song a lot.
You
So
guys know
yeah,
he's happy.
I liked the project, to be honest.
Okay. And you got your Shea Butter Queen a little low.
Yeah, that's not my favorite project by her. I liked her first project way better than
Shea
Butter
Butter
Baby.
Queen is Ari Lennox, by the way, if you know that translation. I
honestly thought you were going to have Snow higher. I'm shocked that Chris Brown is below 10. Usually he finds a way to make it into your top 10. I mean, I definitely saw the Sir coming. I had a feeling, I was 70% sure that was going to be your number one album, so no surprise there.
seen that coming from a mile away.
Revenge of the Dreamers, is this the full 48 track encyclopedia, or is this the first drop?
I had in mind the first drop, but I listened to the extended joint, and a good percentage of those were dope as well. So it's either or, to be honest.
I mean, I don't think this is a bad list. I really enjoyed Eric B, but I felt like that was another mixtape. And I could have swore we had an agreement that we weren't putting mixtapes on here. But you guys
It's
don't
not a
believe
mixtape.
It was.
How?
That was not a full-length album.
How was it a full length album?
It might be because the Cuffing Season,
25 tracks.
the Cuffing Season trilogy thing it was a mixtape at first.
Maybe
so
Rebirth. I
just
might
didn't
be
think
with
about
you,
it.
but
I didn't think
Cup of
about it.
Season 3? No.
No, yeah. Like
But
Brittany
it
said,
was-
all of those were mixtapes.
It was so good, and I know people gonna be like, "No, it wasn't.
See, y'all got my
it
list
wasn't
all
good
screwed
at
up
all.
if
It
you
was
include mixtapes.
whatever. It was so good, I couldn't leave it off.
Y'all screwed me, but it's all right. It's okay.
I'm trying to see. Man, YBN is dumb low.
It's not dumb.
14.
Low. It just ain't number one like
I don't
your
know
list.
why YG's on here. That, whew.
I enjoyed that project a lot
Okay.
too, actually.
All right.
Britt,
Summer
you got
Walker
inner,
at
you got a little
17.
inner like ratchet / hood in you that peeks out every now
Because
and then.
that one, it's one song.
Bitch nigga, snitch nigga, hoe
I
nigga.
freaking love that song. I don't care. When it come on, I'm bopping.
Hey, it went from Jesus is King to Over It to For Real to Big Day.
Yeah, you're a little 16 or 20.
Okay.
You probably just threw them together.
All right. I guess I won't argue the Rhapsody at 3. Just because
I think her top 5 is solid. Rock solid.
that Revenge of the Dreamers is too high, man.
Nah, project was hard.
Two?
Y'all
There's so
hate
many
my shit,
songs
then.
that's like back to back to back where you like, okay.
Yeah.
Nah, you tripping.
If you thought that was how you gonna hate my shit.
It also has one of the best songs on the year on that.
What?
Which is what?
I dropped it in chat. I don't know the name of it off top. Keep talking and I'll pull it up in a minute.
And who chat?
In our music chat. It was like 6 o'clock in the morning and he was like, why are you dropping this at 6 o'clock in the morning?
Oh yeah, it was. I was like, what the fuck are you listening to this shit for?
That's
Hold
funny.
on.
But no,
Lucky Day at 9 too. I thought that would be a little higher for you.
It was. I dropped it.
For what? Wait, whoa. The Eric beat is better than Lucky Day?
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh my Lord. All right, G, pull up your list, man.
Are we done? Are we done?
That's great. That's blasphemous. Wow.
I think her top 5 is solid enough that I can forgive her bottom 5 because the bottom 5 is the absolute train wreck.
No, it is not.
Coming from you got Kanye West on here.
It was really good.
I think the listeners would have understood if I would have had him there.
Yes.
But like that was left field. That was like I said when we pulled up your list, that was the first thing I noticed.
It stuck out like a sore
whoa.
thumb.
I also thought you wouldn't even have the Summer Walker on your list.
Nah, she enjoyed that joint.
Yeah, I enjoyed it once I listened to it a few months later.
I was
So it's
trying to
the
tell you
bread
that
joint?
it had some go.
So that was like the bread joint. So you had to listen to it 13 times.
Yeah, I had to leave it
Sheesh,
alone
the Jacquees
and then
joint.
go back
Yeah,
to it.
Sick.
I definitely had to do that.
All right.
Well,
All right, that closes out Brit's list.
moving on.
Let's go.
Whenever you get that song from Revenge of the Dreamers, y'all gonna tear my shit up then if that's what y'all thought.
Okay. Javon's list.
Your first 5 solid.
Yeah, that's what I said. We got the same first 5.
Go ahead and explain.
So I have a thing where I like to try to be objective in some ways.
Okay.
I was told that that's not what we were trying to do.
We said do what you need to do.
Y'all definitely
Have
told
your
me
own
don't
criteria.
do that. So,
Okay. All right.
what I mean by have some objectivity, like if I'm making a list, I will recognize an album that I think is still musically good, it still did well, it was received well by others, and I will have that reflected in my list. But I might not have listened to it a lot, or I might not even liked it that much individually myself. But we were going away from that, and we were trying to do a full 100% subjective list. Now, what went into my list is number one thing is replay value for me. If I feel inclined enough to go back to your album and listen to it when I'm looking for something to listen to, then that makes me feel like your album is good. Okay. And then it's music, the sound, beats, musictation, or what is that? What is that? I don't know what that word is.
What?
Just like instruments.
Instrumentation.
Yeah, there it is. So that goes in probably like second.
Okay.
And then the theme. If you can stick to what is the word that we always use? Cohesive. If you have a cohesive album, it has a meaning and you stick to it and the music reflects it in a good way, that's going to get me. And then of course, as we all know, I love lyrics. So number one is Boogie. I think he knocked off all of those boxes, knocked him out the park. Number two is Revenge of the Dreamers. And then number three is Wale. I thought all three of those were cohesive as hell. I thought they all were great-ass rappers. I thought they all had a goddamn theme, and they stuck to it.
Okay. So that sounds like you and Britt, that's something that you guys look for, the cohesiveness of the album.
Yeah. And it helps me enjoy it a lot.
Okay.
Yeah. So what you guys think?
You got 4 R&B artists on here.
I mean, put your backpack on. I mean, this is a.
I don't think that. No,
this is.
I'm not surprised at all.
Yeah, definitely not surprised about Boogie. Seen that coming. I had it at 2. What did Britt have it at 5? So, I think that looks like it's consensus. Revenge of the Dreamers at 2. Same as Britt. I had it at 9, so a little higher. I could see why you guys were felt a little way about me putting Wale at 17.
You got 17.
You guys had it in the top 5.
You have Mustard on here, and I went back to that project too, because the first song on that project is hard.
What's the first song? Is that the one, LMA?
No, that's the one that got dang, I can't remember that dude's name. No, it's
Roddy.
No, Roddy's on the end. Oh man, I can't remember that dude's name.
Some
But it's
guy.
slap. But it's
He's
slap.
not like
He not like the
like
biggest
well
dude.
no.
Yeah, you guys find that, but that's a good project.
Take
Yeah,
J.
yeah,
One
it
take
is.
J.
Oh yeah, one take yeah.
Yeah, that joint slap.
Yeah, that project's hard, man. I like that you got it at 20.
yeah.
So explain Coda the Friend
Oh man, I love
for
that
our
album.
listeners. I don't think we really put the spotlight on that album.
No,
so.
but that was one of my lobs. Coda the Friend, he's a rapper, so he raps. His sound is like, I'm trying not to say smooth, bro. It's what's the word?
Melodic.
Yeah, it gets into that a little bit.
Okay.
That was something that how I always like have certain things that I listen to while I do work. That was one of the things that I always went to when I was sitting down doing work. Okay. And so that plays back to what I was saying before, like replay value. If that was something I felt like I wanted to listen to while I did work, it gave me a soothing feel while I was working. It kind of crept up, and then I also rode to it too, like in the car, drove to it. I don't know. And the lyrics on it was kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Not dark, but kind of like eerie in a way.
Grimy?
No, it wasn't grimy at all. It wasn't like no Griselda shit or nothing.
Okay.
It was just kind of like he was talking about his life. It was a very, very personal album too. And sometimes it gave me like a little suicidal vibe. Like he was talking about like what he was going through in his mind a lot, which was deep to me. I thought that was mad deep. But no, and he's a really good artist. His project before this was really good too. But yeah, this one was really good. I really couldn't put it higher than the others though, but it had a special place in my heart. I can say that.
Okay. So you digested Baby Keem for a week, 2 weeks?
I digested Baby King for a smooth. How many hours are in a week? Because I feel like I did not stop listening to this joint.
I don't get paid to do math.
Yeah, that's fine. So I found out about Baby King from the Drake interview because they asked him what they feel like was like one of the best albums of the year, and he said Baby King. I said, what the hell? Who is that kid? Pulled him up, and I couldn't stop listening to it, which was probably about 2.5 weeks ago. Maybe coming on 3 weeks. And I have not stopped listening to it. And I did dissect it. Music-wise, like, he was so versatile on this album. Like, he has, like, quote-unquote, new-aged rap. Like, the hype, like, Playboi Carti, like, feel. He even had a little rock on there. He had some eclectic joints on there. I mean, he was so well-rounded on this joint. And he had some joints where he was rapping really good. He had some joints that he was kind of, like, just like vibing. He had a mosh song. Like, he was just like all over the place, but it was all themed about his ex. He followed the theme throughout the whole joint.
Die for my bitch.
Yeah. So, nah, that joint is fire. I think he the future for real. I think he gonna blow up in 2020.
Drake cosign got you, huh?
Yeah. I mean,
okay.
Yeah, that shit was fire. And I keep trying to get y'all to listen to it.
No, it's on my list. Definitely. I just been in this weird space where I haven't really been, I've been listening to a lot of podcasts. So
it's all good.
You know, you get into them spaces sometimes.
Yeah, it's all good.
Especially like when creating the list, I listen to like every album. Like,
you try to go back and like re-listen and stuff. Yeah.
I was like musiced out for a second. But the Freddie Gibbs, 16, that you have any explanation for that? I didn't really like that album, but that was based off the production. I'm not a Madlib fan. So.
Yeah, Madlib is mad different. Yeah. Wow.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, he's mad different. He's more like hip hop backpacky. But I thought Freddie Gibbs rapping was out of this world. They do really good work together. And a lot of people had that album as like one of the top albums, like a top 5 album from this past year. They did a lot of good work after he came back from jail. He was actually incarcerated overseas. Freddie Gibbs was. And when he came back, they actually finished it. Their press run was tight. Their shows was tight from this album. And this was just like straight, like just get back to rapping type of thing, which I really enjoyed. Riding in the car, just wanted to hear somebody like rap really, really good. Yep. And nothing to do with it. I would have had the plugs I met on here, but I thought it was a mixtape, so I didn't include it. But I didn't know we was including, mixtapes. So that probably would have been on the list because that's something that, like I said about Freddie Gibbs, like something that I always wanted to hear because I just love the rapping on it.
Okay. And then Young Nudie Faded in the Booth. Why is this on your list?
I thought Young Nudie killed it this year. I got Slime here at 6. And then I also had the second joint he dropped, Faded in the Booth. I thought that shit was fire. I don't know. I like Young Nudie, bro.
I'm going to keep it a buck. This shouldn't be on the list. Faded in the Booth. Come on, man. Over Igor, Eve, Chicks 85, Painted, Lucky Day. Come on, man.
Yep.
Lost Boy.
Well, yeah, like I said, it's my subjective list.
I thought you were using objectivity.
No, we said it's pure subjective.
Okay, I just thought that's what you said when you explained. Yeah, so I just thought there would be I thought there would be a shade of it.
Y'all told me not to do that.
You said he erased it all. So.
All right.
But yeah, that was something that
Faded in the Booth. Okay.
Heavy replay. I watched that shit all the time when it came out.
Yeah, no, but
I was mad, like skeptical when it came out because I thought. Slime Mirror was like
throwaways or something.
I thought Slime Mirror was like an anomaly. Like he just happened to be in the zone with Pierre, and he came out with some fire, and it won't never be this good ever again. Yeah. But then I was like, I'll give him another shot, and he came out with some fire. I don't even know who produced the Faded in the Booth, honestly. So I might have to look that up. But
I play that album a lot too, but I just don't.
He got some slappers on that joint.
Yeah, it's just
and I can just play
quality
it top.
though, like
Yeah.
but it's subjective, so I understand. Okay.
It's his lane though. He don't come out his lane. And I appreciate that. Like
Right. I just personally can't put it above, like I said, Lost Boy, Painted, like Igor.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
You left your boy off, Schoolboy.
Yeah, I did.
You had him before your boy Wiz. I'm like, man.
Yeah,
sheesh.
Wiz was one that I had to put on there because that was something that I like listened to like when I was on like the highway too, outside of just driving in the city. That joint was just mad dope. Like that took me all the way back to 2009 for real. He got back to his like shit, and I
Wiz
really
fell off,
appreciate
man.
it.
I don't know what it is.
I
Did
really
you hear
appreciate
his
that
what was that? The Still Dre freestyle he did? Ooh,
Recently?
terrible. Yeah, terrible. I only like the Ty Dolla $ign song on that album. That song is crazy. But
yeah.
Ty
for
Dolla
sure.
and Wiz, they always link up and
Yeah.
do something great. So
The singers they had on that album was took me a little bit to get used to.
what was it that like something light or whatever?
I
He
can't
been on
remember
his
the names.
last
It was
two
of them.
albums.
Yeah, it was two of them, and they was mad different. But
Okay.
I got past it because once Wiz started rapping, I was like, yeah, this is some classic shit.
Last thing, Maxo Cream is a little. I thought it would be higher on your list. You got it the same place I do.
yeah.
What's your thinking behind
that
that?
little slew of those from Young Thug, Maxo, Guap Dad, The Baby, Baby King. Those 5 albums were 5 of the albums that I played a whole damn lot. I just that little. I think that's just grouped in and just dropped in. Really,
They're all interchangeable.
yeah. You can, man. I'll be fine with it. That Guap Dad really stood out because I didn't hear nothing from him at all outside of hearing him on Revenge of the Dreamers. That's what was like. Oh well, I mean, he did good on there. Let me give him a shot. And yeah, he did really good on that. Maxo, that was heavily themed on that album. He talked about his dad all through it in his life in Houston. And but his rapping style, I love his rapping. He had really good beats on there too. It's just something that I can easily drive to. Young Thug had. I don't think he came all the way back to Slime Season, but it was close. But
I
he
love
had
that
some,
album.
He had some club joints on there.
So much
that I really
fun,
liked.
huh?
That album was
Yeah,
crazy.
he had a lot of good joints on there, and the Baby really ruled the year. Like that shit was way better than Kirk. I don't even think he should have dropped Kirk. I think he should have took his time. Like that was a personal
Yeah.
album for him too.
That's
though.
what we said.
I agree.
Yeah, that it
It's
was
kind of
personal.
hard for
it
me
was
to
personal.
say like don't drop it, but it was mad personal. But I feel like he would have gave it maybe 3 more months.
Yeah, I was like, why you're hot as fuck right now? Like you have this album is your first album was going crazy. So you might
But
as
we
well
did
milk
get
it.
bop from it too, though, which was good for him.
Crazy song.
Yeah.
You're right.
So
But it was like 18 tracks. We got one song from it. Well,
Yeah.
I guess people like the intro too.
yeah, the intro was really good.
And
yeah.
that one song, I forgot the name of it, but it's a
He
few.
had
It's
a
a few.
couple other ones.
These
Yeah.
little like vibes
Yeah,
too.
he had a couple, but
yeah.
for the most part, it didn't hit as hard as Baby on Baby did.
Oh, no.
And maybe
Nah,
that
didn't.
was shock value because when he dropped, it was like a boom, you know. But
Yeah, I tried to overlook that. That's why he didn't make my top 20. But if I would have included that shock value like you were alluding to, it probably would have made the list. But I just couldn't take out any of those for it.
like at that time, like when it dropped, remember that was around the time that we was always saying like nobody's rapping right now. Like everybody's just singing. We getting all these R&B artists dropping mixtapes and albums and EPs, and we ain't getting nobody that's really rapping. And when that dropped, or homie Drano actually put it on the TL. That's how I found out who it was. I was like, oh, this is good rapping. I'm gonna play this, and this is something I played all the time. So, yeah. Neither one of y'all got Free Nationals. I thought that album was amazing.
Yeah, I
Didn't
didn't
make the cut.
digest it enough.
Didn't make the cut. Yeah, I mean,
It's
that's all
only
I
a
got.
few that we have all in common.
Yeah,
A
that's
very
what I like,
select
man.
few.
I think that just speaks to the podcast and how we just all have different tastes in music and, you know, what we
Yeah.
value and what we bring to the table. It just speaks to our dynamic. So,
One thing about that Free Nationals joint, I really appreciate albums that I can listen to when my grandma's in the car.
okay, that's fair.
Like it just makes me feel better that I can actually turn my music up while I'm in the car with her, and I don't have to ask her what she wants to listen to.
So no BJ the Chicago Kid on y'all list. So that didn't move
man.
y'all at all.
It didn't move me.
Man.
It did not move
I
me.
wanted something else from it, man.
Really?
It did not move me.
Oh man.
I love that album, man. That was
Yeah,
that
you
was
really
a soulful
like that.
album. Like I
Yeah,
don't
you
understand
liked it
what
a
was the
lot.
disconnect for you, G? Because
I don't think it was as soulful as I wanted it to be. I don't think it was mad soulful.
he got to make some money at some point.
And that's what he did on this one.
He did.
He made
did.
money.
That was a great song. You got your girl Scotty Beam in the video for
I
what was
thought
that
was
time
dope.
today or
Yeah.
I thought that was dope.
Come on, man.
You don't have
I don't know. It's something about BJ that I don't know.
Even like from the first song, like I forgot who was
that
on
the
that.
one he was talking
Was
about
that
cooking
Pac?
soul food or something?
Yeah. Pac was on
Yeah,
there.
Anderson .Paak was on
Yeah,
there.
that song was crazy. It's just I like that album a lot.
You don't have Big Crit on yours either.
I don't. I didn't really like that album, honestly. I tried to after you said give it another run, I did, and it just
Didn't stick.
yeah. I don't know.
Let me go through my honorable mentions because I got some heavy hitters on here.
Okay, I think we all should honestly.
I had Rhapsody as an honorable mention. Tyler, Igor, Chicks Tape 5. Neither one of y'all got Chicks Tape on there at all. I don't think so.
Yeah,
It's
mine's
in his
mention.
honorable.
It is? Okay. And then I
I
had
didn't
Ari,
think it was that good.
Lucky Day, Schoolboy, and YB and Carday. So those were good
You got a
albums.
top 5 in your
Yeah,
honorable mention.
those were like some of the best albums of the year. But replays wise, that's my top priority when I rank stuff.
Okay.
I just didn't go back to none of these joints
Okay.
at all. Well, when Schoolboy came out, I was listening to it a little bit, but that was by just like need of rap. Nobody else was like really rapping that well at that time. YB and Cordae made a fantastic album, but it just didn't have no replay value for me. Just never felt inclined to go back and listen.
Really?
So yeah.
Yeah, mine. I got Chicks Tape 5 on there as well. Sugar by Kyle Dion. Slept on album. Great album. Rogue by Yuna. If you haven't listened to her, definitely check her out. Angel's Pulse by Blood Orange. I think that was an album that we just skated by. Wanted to get in the top 20, but just, didn't feel right. So, Trip or Drown 2, Gunna, my man. Great album. And Baby on Baby, the baby is in there as well. So,
Britt, did you have one? I know you struggled to get
about to
20.
say, yeah, you struggled to get 20. You didn't have any honorable mentions? No?
I had at least 2. Clear, Summer Walker, of course, that's a mixtape, but I would be remiss if I did not bring it up because I listened to it over and over again. And then probably Rico Nasty, Anger Management.
Okay.
Oh, man. One I really wanted to get on the list was Dreezy's album, man. I really liked the Dreezy album. I just couldn't fit it on there, man. It was a lot of good albums, man. A lot of albums that sounded better, unfortunately.
Yeah, it was tougher than I thought.
Yeah. No classics this year, though.
No. I might also throw out an
Tough to
honorable.
say right now, but I don't know. I think that Boogie has the potential to be a classic. I think that IDK has potential to be a classic, and maybe Sir. Give it some time. We might look back and be like, that Sir album was crazy when he came out.
I just
with
want
that.
another year like 2016. Like that top 5.
I got a feeling this year might.
That top 6
Maybe.
to 10.
We looking rocky right now, though.
Like we're all classic albums. Like when I think about like, did we have any classic albums? I think about that year, like Anti, Lemonade, Blonde. Like, come on, man.
But we had to give that. But we had to give it some time though. Like Blonde, it needed some time. Anti, we knew. What was the other one? Lemonade.
And
Lemonade.
I don't think that's a classic, but some people do. And then
See, people
a Seat at
still
the
ain't-
Table, classic. What was the other one?
That was only 4 I named off the top of my head.
But I see what you're saying. There was definitely another tier. Even last year, I mean, it had we had Astroworld, Scorpion, and the Victory Lap was locked. And this year, you can see our top 3s are all different. So
Yeah.
interesting year. A lot of good albums, but yeah, not a lot of classics. So
2 more honorable mentions for me. Diaspora,
Go Link.
Go Link, and Beyonce's Lion King joint.
Oh, I didn't have Roddy Ricch on mine either. I don't think when I first listened to it, I liked it a lot.
That.
But it just I didn't feel inclined to come back to it. He had a lot of good joints on there though.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I do believe he made a hood classic though. Like a lot of hood dudes be like, I don't listen to mainstream rap. I listen to this, that, and the third. I think he made something that was mainstream that hood niggas can really like vibe to for real.
Yeah, I definitely think it was like on like the Baby level, like the project, like when he dropped it.
Yeah,
You can see everybody getting behind it, even like with the Justin Bieber stuff. Like,
and then the Selena, not Selena,
oh,
Ariana.
Yo, I didn't get to address that, by the way. Can I just?
Yeah,
What?
go ahead.
Did y'all address that?
Nah,
Wait, what are we
that shit was
talking
mad
about?
whack.
Good Lord, there was some pathetic shit going on when I was overseas, man.
I don't even know what's happening.
So, Roddy was number one on the charts, but Justin and was it Selena or Ariana?
So, okay.
Justin Bieber?
yeah,
Yeah, so first it was Justin Bieber. So
He don't even have a
the
project
box
out.
was
Yes,
number
he
one,
does.
right?
It's a song.
Yeah.
song?
The box was number one, the song.
Okay.
And then Justin Bieber came out with the song Yummy.
Yeah.
And then, he was trying to get it to number one, right? To dethrone the box. And he posted this one post where it was like,
he gave you instructions on how to farm the song.
on how to farm streams. Like he was like,
Oh, I missed all of
don't
this.
put it on mute, but let it replay all night on loop. Yada, all these like gimmicky stuff. It was like mind blowing when I saw that. Like I was like, this is pathetic.
Yeah, that was horrible.
Yeah, like I mean, I get saying stream this or whatever. That okay. But wow, I was like a whole post where it's like telling you steps on, the muted part. Like if you mute it, it doesn't count for the stream. That stuff is crazy to me. But obviously, everybody streamed the box, so it was number one.
Yeah.
Selena Gomez dropped an album. I don't know if it was a song off there she was trying to get to number one or whatever, but she posted this pathetic video. She's like damn near like half crying, like, I posted the most personal album of my career, and numbers don't mean anything to me. The number one spot doesn't mean anything to me, but it would mean the world to me if it was number one. I was like, hold on, you just contradicted yourself. But it was the most. I mean, she was like in her bedroom, the lights were off, like it was pathetic.
it was.
You should go back and watch it.
I'm okay.
It was Gomez or was it Ariana?
No, it was Gomez.
Okay.
Selena Gomez. And then she posted another video where she was in the car and she's like with her friends and she's like, we're going out to buy all the albums in the store, yada, yada, pathetic shit. Like,
because numbers, the physical copies means this much and the streams don't mean. And then she was talking to her friend, like, where are we going? She's like, we're going to Target. And I was like, oh my God, this is just
like, do you
pathetic.
even feel good when you do that? Like,
You can't.
Wow.
And one of them, I think it was Selena, ended up passing them.
Really?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. But Roddy Ricch was out for a while. Like, he was number one for a while.
Yeah.
And she just dropped the album. So, that was the fact that they had to do all that for an album that had been out for a month is crazy to me. Even if it hadn't been out for a month, like, just to do that, I don't know.
I wanted to put him on my list just off of the strength of that.
Yeah, like it's getting crazy out here, man. It's getting crazy.
Justin Bieber threw
I
me
missed
for
all of
I thought it was
Yeah,
fake.
That was
I thought it was
that
mad
post.
fake.
Oh
It was
my
like
God.
it was a swipe joint of instructions on how to farm
Yeah, like literally how to farm
on his
streams.
Instagram?
on his IG.
Yeah.
I said this. I thought it was fake. I was like,
That was
this
pathetic.
is like
I
a
was
troll
like,
page or something.
Can you? We can't even stand on the music anymore. Like,
I thought that would come with some type of like repercussions or something. Like
I think
he could get in
so
trouble.
I was
for
reading
that.
on this actually. Apparently, if you post something like that, they don't count the streams after. Some weird thing.
That ain't even
But
weird.
I don't know if that's across all apps, so I don't
Right,
know.
right.
But I did read something along those lines. So
I don't
I'm
even think
interested.
that's weird. I think that's totally valid. If you trying to farm your streams to run your checkup, or because that ultimately gets to a check.
Yeah.
Like if you trying to farm your shit, like there should be. Should there be? I would think ethically yes, but if not, I get it. But that was just mad whack, bro.
And
was
even
so
like
whack.
the song he put out was like just
It wasn't that good.
I thought he dropped
it
the
was
whole
good,
tape.
but it wasn't that
The-
good. No, that's why I was saying he didn't drop a full project. That's why I was confused. It's just a song.
yeah, but like because it was trying to
You sure?
dethrone the box.
I'm positive.
Yeah.
I'm positive. I think he dropped a song and he might be dropping his documentary before the album or something. I don't know, but he has not
We don't
dropped
need
an
the
album.
doc. I don't know why he's doing all that, but
Well, I would like to see that doc.
You would?
Yeah, because
Yeah,
he
I'm
was going
actually
through a lot of
interested.
shit, man.
Okay. But
You know it.
yeah, like the song is. I actually like the song, but it's like it just straight ripped off like all the relevant like black, like
Yeah, it
kind
was
of
mad
song.
racial,
It was
like-
like a template, like you could see it.
It felt mad racial, man. Like it might not have been like intentional on some race shit, but it felt mad racial. Like the
It
black
felt like
dude-
the classic like R&B hit. Like it was just like he literally just took. The
Oh, you
template.
talking about the song?
I'm talking about the song.
I was talking about the act of them doing that.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, maybe yeah. Yeah, I didn't
Because
think
like
about that.
it felt like to me, and I might be reaching. Let me know if I am. So the black dude is on the charts. He's doing very well, and then the white person just come in like, "Yo, whatever you doing over here is irrelevant. It's just now we gonna get back to what's important." And I mean I could be wrong.
I think it's valid to feel that way. I don't know if it's
No, that's
to
just
that
how
extent.
it felt. That's just how it felt to me.
I mean, it's a privilege joint,
There's definitely some privilege
but
there.
that's just in their innate nature. So
That's exactly how I felt, and it could have been subconscious. But I mean, that's how it felt.
That's what I think it might be. Just a subconscious privilege thing. I'm just shocked, man. That was some pathetic shit. That was wow.
Because it's just okay. So like we seen Tyler the Creator the other night, or that was last night. Talk about when they asked him about the black people and the Grammys and shit like that, and his response was like I'm halfway appreciative that y'all recognize my music in this way, but the other half of me is like it felt like, and he gave us the analogy like your little brother want to play the video game with you, so you give him the unplugged controller just to make him happy. So it's kind of like you come in. The analogy for this, the Roddy Ricch and Selena Gomez, and like you come in after you get home from like practice, and your little brother's playing the video game, and it's like, all right, you need to get the fuck up so I can play my real game and get on with my friends and shit.
Right.
That's how that felt to me. Like,
yeah,
I could be reaching, but I just felt
I
like
don't think
that.
you're reaching, man. I just think this is what we always talk about with the Grammys. They just don't know how to categorize things correctly. That's not a rap album.
Yeah, he said that too at the Grammys too.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not a
Or
rap
he
album.
alluded to it in some way.
But this
said it
just
was like
speaks
a-
to, having the right people in there making the decisions. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how you listen to that album and say it was a rap album. Did they listen to the album was my question. Or
I mean,
did
I
they
don't
just give
know.
them the award just because?
they don't know
Yeah.
what else to categorize it, or how else to categorize it.
He's
He's
it sounded
black.
like he said he wanted to be on the pop chart.
He's black. He's a rapper initially, so they of course gone.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just a classic case of boxing people in. So, but yeah, I mean, that's I just wanted to address that pathetic ass shit, man. Because especially,
that
oh
was
my
mad,
god,
like-
that farming post and then that Selena Gomez video. Oh god, that was just.
I don't know how I missed all
Tasteless.
that.
Do you have any respect? Like, what? Why are you posting that? If it's the most personal album or whatever, then it should let
it
it do
stand
what
on
it
its
do.
own,
It
yeah.
shouldn't matter to you.
Yeah, let it stand on its own.
Yeah, but
Speaking of the Grammys, did y'all see Demi's performance at all?
I
No.
didn't. No.
Because I watched her interview with Rob Lowe, and she said that she was performing a song that was like mad personal when around the time when she
Yeah,
was
she
in the
like
hospital.
made
and
it
stuff.
before
Yeah.
the OD happened.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I
no.
wanted to see it. She's going to do it again at the Super Bowl, so we're definitely going to see that.
She's performing at the Super Bowl.
Her and was another big white pop artist.
Katy
Maroon 5.
Katy Perry,
Neither one of those. I don't.
Ariana Grande.
No, I don't think it was her either.
I'm still mad how they did Travis, man, at the last one, man.
I mean, you had to know that was going to happen.
he was out there for 2 minutes. So that, I don't know
He
why
was
he
with
was so
the-
gung ho
I don't.
to perform if he was going to be on there for 2 minutes. Even, if that.
We would
Probably was
all
trying
like
to get
know.
the Travises off, the shoes, get a look.
It is Jennifer Lopez and Shakira.
Of course.
Oh, okay.
Of course.
And then she said she was going to do the Super Bowl. Oh, no, she's doing the national anthem.
Demi?
Demi's doing the national
Oh,
anthem.
okay. That's not,
Okay.
not as surprising, but
Well, we can watch her performance on YouTube or something.
Who? I'm not watching nobody sing the national anthem.
I'm talking about
Unless I'm
Demi
Grammys, the
Lovato.
Grammy.
You said you wanted
The
to see
Grammy.
it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back and catch the highlights.
Yeah. Because I would like to see the Nipsey tribute as well.
I just wasn't ready, man, because I knew they were gonna just add Kobe into
Yeah,
I
they
just
did.
wasn't ready to see any of that.
They had his jerseys illuminated in the stadium while they was in there.
I wasn't ready for that, but I'll definitely. I heard 21 won one, DJ Khaled won one for the Nipsey song actually.
And Roddy and
won
Nipsey won the joint.
Tyler, obviously. So yeah, I'll check the highlights out on YouTube. But yeah, man. You guys got anything else?
No, this is gonna be a. If you haven't heard, Baby King, Run Baby King.
Run that.
Tell me if I'm tripping.
Yeah,
Let's check that out this week.
Oh, Coda the Friend too. Like y'all might fuck with it. Y'all might not. That's cool.
Yep. If you like R&B, Kyle Dion, man, check that out as well. And the album cover probably threw you for a loop. Got it look like a giraffe, but
And run
check
that
that out.
IDK too, bro.
oh yeah, that's
I don't got it on my list, but I do love that album, man.
Listen,
That joint is
that
fire,
album
man.
is crazy.
I had to run it again. I listened to it and I don't know what happened, so I'll run it again.
That album is crazy. So definitely check out that IDK. Is He Real? And the songs most of them are really short too, so it's not a long listen. So you can give it a shot, man.
Mick Jenkins dropped the EP as well.
Yeah,
Was it
he
EP
did.
or LP? In between, it was a
I
project.
don't know. Yeah.
So
It was fire though. It was fire though. I thought so.
All right. Any closing thoughts?
No, I
No.
think we covered
Nothing?
everything.
Okay.
Man. Welcome back, Gobe.
Thank you. Appreciate you, man. So these are our top 20 lists. So this is the end of part 2. Or part 1, excuse me. But part 2, we will be trying to put a cohesive top 10 together as a collective. So that should be fun. So definitely,
Especially with these mad different lists.
yeah. So this is gonna take some doing. So be in tune for that as well. Like I said, our full top 20 list will be on the Instagram page on the highlights, and then they will be posted to the Twitter page. So reference that as well. So let's go ahead and get out of here. No lobs or anything this week. We just hitting them with the list, right?
No, we hit them with the lobs just like that. The
All right.
the IDK, you know what I'm saying? So on and so forth.
All right. Well, feels good to be back. Back in front of the microphone. So I'm happy to do that. And yeah, as usual, follow the socials at $34 Pod on IG and at $34 Pod on Twitter, right?
Yeah.
At $34 Podcast on IG. I'm rusty to the bitch, man. So go ahead and follow all that to keep up with the podcast. And we bid you adieu. I'm back.